Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV, and we are back with another video. And today we are going to be, in celebration of me going to the Drake concert next Tuesday, we are going to be doing my personal favorite top 50 Drake songs. I know that seems like a lot. I put a lot of research into this I kind of went through a bunch of tier lists, did some stuff like that. I'm not sure how much this video will be edited. I'm sorry if it's a little disappointing, but I got stuff to do this weekend, but yeah, hopefully we can get a nice video in here. Obviously, Drake is one of the best musical artists ever, period. No one can deny that. Obviously, it has its doubters. But, and honestly, recently, over the last couple of years, I've definitely grown a lot more respect for Drake than I had originally had. I mean, I used to be a big Drake fan, and now I like his music even more. Especially just touching into a lot of his songs, so I know I'm being a little quiet, but yeah, we have 50 songs to talk about. I'm going to try to edit this video as well as I can. Let's go. So at number 50, from More Life. More Life is an album I have a super soft spot for, so you're going to see a couple songs on here. We have Sacrifices. Now this and Portland are kind of in the same lane, but I decided to put one of them on here, and it is Sacrifices. It has 2 Chainz on it. It's a pretty good song, so yeah, I don't really have much to say. Up at the top of the list, there's not going to be a lot to say about the songs, but once we get kind of closer, and by the way, obviously, it's going to be hard to fit every single. Well, Kanye kind of spoiled my plans on releasing the Kanye video. If you get that on Sunday, that's because he dropped late, but yeah, let's get into the next song. At number 49 is a song from an album that I don't really like of Drake's, and I feel like a lot of people will share the same opinion. We have Sticky. Sticky and Massive are 2 songs from that album that I could have easily put in the top 10, or 50, sorry. Not top 10, that's crazy, but Sticky is solid. There's a couple good house jams on here. Drake makes pretty solid house music, and people didn't know this, but obviously, before this, he made house music, so yeah, Sticky's another one of those ones. It's pretty good, cool vibe, not much to say about it. I obviously already told you that there were going to be a couple more live songs on here. And at 48, I have another one. It is Lose You. Absolutely fantastic song. Yeah, it's really good. I don't have much to say. Like, the samples and the beat of this was super good. The melodies, I mean, it's Drake. What more do you want me to say? And honestly, on the back end of this list has a lot of his newer tracks. I don't think there's a new track of Drake's that really cracks like the top 30 even. I feel like a lot of the songs that are on this list are going to be pretty far back. I meant a lot of new songs, by the way, as we get into number 47. Speaking of new songs, we have from Her Loss, we have Hours in Silence. I think this is the only song from that album that makes the list. Hours in Silence, I think it's easily the best song on the album. 21 Savage's part is extremely underrated. I like the melodies. I like mellowed out Drake. I don't like super hype kicking drums. I mean, I feel like other artists, that's kind of their niche. I don't think that's Drake's purpose, but yeah, this is a classic Drake song, I think. It's definitely top 50. Yeah, it's really good. At 46, one of the latest installments for Drake, the latest installment we have from For All the Dogs. I think there's 2 For All the Dogs songs on here. We have Virginia Beach, one of his best intros of recent memory. What a way to open the project with this great song. The Frank Ocean sample is amazing. Obviously, the things he's talking about are super real, and that's going to be said about a lot of songs that are on this list. So, yeah, man. So I'm going to kind of start comboing songs together because this is going to be a super long video. Like, it's honestly projected to probably be about a half hour, and I don't really want it to be that long. But coming in at number 45 is from Views. There's going to be a lot of, I don't know, I might not combo them, but there's going to be a lot of tracks from Views on here. We have Too Good. And then coming in at number 44, off of Take Care, we have Lord Knows, one of the most iconic Drake tracks ever. Honestly, like, that first verse is one of his best verses ever. Yeah, shout out to Rick Ross as well. These two have made a killing together. They've made great tracks together, so yeah, shout out to them. Great beat, great rapping, all that stuff. Coming in at 43 is from, if you're reading this, it's too late. This kind of has to be on there. It's Energy. A lot of cool, controversial things that Drake kind of did with this, you know, the music video, if you guys remember, with like the Miley Cyrus and all that stuff. I'm not going to edit and put stuff on screen, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If this video is bland, it is what it is. I don't have time to really make full-blown content. But yeah, pretty good song with energy, fire, rapping. That album is fantastic. At 42 from Take Care, we have Underground Kings. From 41, we actually have another track from For All the Dogs, which is Tried Our Best, and I believe that is going to be the final track from For All the Dogs. I think I might just, I don't know, I might just record this as a whole. We'll see. I gotta stop talking about how I'm gonna do the damn video to you guys, because you clearly don't care. At number 40, we have from Scorpion. There's going to be a couple of Scorpion tracks. Scorpion has definitely grown on me over the years, by the way. We have Can't Take a Joke, great song. At 39, I believe Trust Issues is like a Lucy from Drake. So, yeah, that's on there, and yeah. At 38 is one of the best timestamp songs from Drake, and that is 6 p.m. in New York from, again, if you're reading this, it's too late. Great rapping, great bars, all that stuff, everything you'd expect from Drake. At 37, we have From Views, another track from Views, Grammys, and it has a future feature, which is going to be pretty prevalent in this list, because we actually have a couple of tracks from their collab album on here. Not too many. There's obviously a lot better albums from Drake than that, but yeah. Grammys, super catchy, great bars, but getting into 36 is an absolutely iconic track from Drake's discography, and that is Started From the Bottom. Sorry, you loaded up like 2K13, I believe it was, and this played every single time, and I just remember how iconic it was. And Nothing Was the Same is probably Drake's second or third best album. I would definitely Take Care over everything from Drake, but Nothing Was the Same is right there with it. Just a fantastic record. Yeah. And speaking of Take Care, at 35 is Shot For Me, and we have 3 Take Care tracks in a row from this album. At 35 we have Shot For Me, great stuff. 34 we have Crew Love with The Weeknd. 33 we have a great intro to a great album from Drake here with Over My Dead Body. Yeah, all 3 of these tracks are great. I feel like they're kind of the same tier for me. And you're gonna be surprised at how low I put certain Drake tracks, but it's opinionated. None of these lists are gonna be perfect that you see on your timelines or anything. But yeah, I got Shot For Me, Crew Love, and Over My Dead Body. And honestly, the reason why I made this video was because I wanted to make like a dream set list for Drake, like what my ideal set list would be, and these are all the songs I would have. So let's move on. At 32, we have Child's Play, one of the most iconic intros to a song from Drake. With he's fucking someone on the basketball team. I think it was just hilarious. We have Child's Play, yeah, from Views, another Views track. Again, this is a great album to me. I think it doesn't get the credit it deserves. And then at 31 we have Back to Back. Now, yeah, this is a great Drake track, and yeah, it's super iconic. And honestly, the funny thing is at first I wasn't even going to put this on here just for the fact that it's a diss track, but it is easily one of the hardest diss tracks I have ever heard. It's really good. Obviously the Meek Mill Drake feud dominated, him dropping like Summer 16 and all this stuff. Drake's feuds have definitely spewed out some really good songs over the years, and this is one of them. So yeah. At 30, another track from Views. I'm kind of going through this quickly. I hope this doesn't make the video too short. I think once we get into kind of like the top 15 or top 25, we can start to get into a little more detail. But at number 30, we have Feel No Ways, another track from Views. Great track. It's not my favorite Drake song in the world, but it definitely gets the job done. Views is fantastic. The lanes that Drake steps in on that album is amazing. At 29, I have one of the most underrated Drake tracks. It is from Scorpion. This might actually be the last track from Scorpion. We have Summer Games. By the way, I think Trust Issues actually was on the Care Package, and there's a couple of Care Package songs on here as well, just old Drake tracks that never made albums. But Summer Games is amazing. It's a really nice R&B, chill Drake song. It's just typical Drake. I really like it, though. At 28, we have another track off of the Care Package, and that is Free Spirit with Rick Ross. Great song. Again, I feel kind of bad that I'm not going more in depth with these songs. But once we get to a point, yeah, we will start talking track by track, and this is going to be a little longer of a video by then. But yeah, Free Spirit, the beat with like the trumpet was awesome, or the saxophone, I think it is. It's just so classic. I mean, Drake is just such an elegant artist, and like the atmospheres he creates, the vibes he creates with his music is just like no other artist does, honestly. So yeah, Free Spirit, another one of those underrated Drake tracks that I wanted to include. At 27 is just an extremely iconic Drake track. We have Miss Me. I believe this was on Thank Me Now, or Thank Me Later, sorry, not Thank Me Now. But Thank Me Later, I do believe Miss Me was on that, or it's either that or Sooner Than Later. Those early mixtape days, by the way, were fantastic. You're going to see a couple more of those songs on here. Miss Me is super duper iconic. I think most people know that song out of Drake. And then at number 26, we have another song. I think we have one or two more songs from More Life, but we have Do Not Disturb. Just hard, like fire rapping over like a kind of sad, a little bit of an introspective beat. I think Drake does a really, really good job on this one. And More Life, again, just has hidden gems. I mean, because it's so commercialized, because there's so many features on it, people fail to kind of see the artistry with that album. There's definitely some really good moments. I mean, yeah. And as we get into the top 25, we are going to go a little more in depth. At 25, similar to Miss Me, we have another one of those super iconic Drake tracks you just can't leave off a top 50 list. At 25, we have Over. So iconic. This track is amazing. Makes you feel some type of way. It's just a journey, you know. It's a really good song. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about it, but it's fire and it's essential. At 24, from If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, we have Jungle, one of the more introspective tracks and a hard-hitting record. It's super contradictory to like the direction that Drake was going in, and I really appreciate that out of him. Jungle is really cool. There's obviously a couple of other introspective, kind of heartwarming, kind of more emotional tracks on there, but this is one of probably 3 or 4 of them on the album, and it does its job really well. At 23 is low-key a sleeper pick, because going into the list, I didn't even have this in consideration to make the list, but we have From What a Time to Be Alive, we have Digital Dash. I think this is easily the best track on the album, and obviously songs like Big Rings and Jumpman are super iconic, got a lot of streams, but you know, songs like this, and I left it off, but like Scholarships and like Changing Locations, those are super good songs that people tend to overlook all the time when it comes to looking at that album. But Digital Dash is the standalone. It separates itself from so many other songs on that album. It's just so hard, man. Him and Future complement each other so well. I love Digital Dash. Fantastic song. At 22, I believe, is the last More Life song that is going to be on this list. We have Can't Have Everything. By far, I think by far, yeah, my favorite More Life song is Can't Have Everything. This is so hard-hitting, such fire bars. I mean, to rap along with it is just so entertaining, man. I mean, his flows, the pockets he gets in on this song, he's just going in. I mean, that's just all there is to say about it. Shout out to Drake. This is a really, really good song. At number 21 is another track from Take Care, and damn near that whole album is on here. I mean, there are so many Take Care tracks on here, because that is far and alone the best Drake album. And we have The Ride. There's a couple of tracks on here I didn't mention. You know, there's Practice. There's a couple of snubs. You will put it in the comments. I guarantee, like, the number one snubs on my list are going to be Take Care songs, because all those songs are good. You know, Marvin's Room didn't make this list, but The Ride is really good. The beat is fantastic. Such a dope song to listen to. Yeah, just fantastic work from Drake here. Next, cracking the top 20 is one of my favorite tracks from Views. There's one of the tracks from Views that's in like my top 5, but coming in at 20 is Still Here. I know it's a little commercial, I know it's a little mainstream, and there's obviously nothing wrong with listening to straight mainstream songs, but Still Here is just amazing. It just does the trick. What a good track from Drake here. Just catchy, just makes you feel good. It's awesome. I mean, you really got to appreciate Drake. You know, people hate on him, call him overrated all you want, but when you actually get down to listening and like just listening to all this guy's albums, he has all sorts of gems, and I have a Drake playlist that has like 100 tracks on it. It's not even all the songs I like from him, so that just shows you something. At number 19, I believe this is from Thank Me Later, we have Show Me a Good Time. This is definitely an all-time favorite of mine from Drake. There's a couple tracks from that album like Fancy and Unforgettable and like Fireworks that probably could have made this list, but I definitely wanted to diversify a little bit, so there's definitely like a little bit of a diversified bias. I think pretty much every Drake album except maybe Dark Lane Demo Tapes has a song on here. It's not that I don't like Dark Lane Demo Tapes, it's just his other projects are just so much better. Yeah, Show Me a Good Time is amazing, just the vibes of it, just a fantastic song. At number 18, we have a track from If You're Reading This Too, It's Too Late, and it is You in the Six. This is easily a top 2 to top 3 favorite of mine from the album, just like him talking to his mom about like reuniting with his dad, and you know, now that he has this money and now that he has this success. I listen to the song on the daily. Like, this is like, we're getting to the point where these are songs I listen to literally every single day. You in the Six is awesome. You in the Six Raised Me Right, that saved my life, you know. Just so, it just gives you goosebumps, you know, to like listen to a song like that. This is a Glaze Fest. You can put it in the comments. I already know what you guys are thinking, but great song here. At number 17, we have yet another track from Take Care, and don't worry, we are not done there. We probably have like 3 or 4 more out of the top like 15 songs that are Take Care. This album dominates the list. We have Doing It Wrong. Just such an iconic song in his discography. When a good thing goes bad, it's not the end of the, like, that is recognizable from anywhere. Like, that is just so iconic. Shout out to Drake again, man. This is just a really good song. You know, his vocal inflections on this album, like, if there was such thing as like a most improved ever, like from his last album to Take Care, that is like a most improved. Like, the way he elevated himself as an artist on this album was just incredible. So shout out to Drake. At 16, we have another track from Nothing Was the Same. And obviously there's a lot of songs I could have added on here that I didn't. Again, diversity reasons, include more of Drake's discography, just kind of represent it well. We have Come Through. Come Through is amazing. Really good song. Just, I love the beat. The vocals, I mean, what more is there to say? We can't really say much more about the songs I'm about to name because they're all literally like damn near perfect. But yeah, songs like Connect, I think the language is pretty good. The song with Gene Aiko from Time could have been on here. There's a couple others like All Me that didn't make it. But yeah, this is a really good album. Don't like let these placements take away from the fact that that's probably one of my favorite Drake albums. 15 and 14 I'm going to kind of do together because they are both again on Take Care, and they're both super iconic and kind of fit like the same qualities, you know, the motto and headlines. These are just like anthems from that album. There's not much more to say. Like, these are tracks that if you've never, again, these are like, if you've never heard of these, like, I don't know what we're doing here. The motto and headlines, those are solidified as like forever top 50 Drake songs. Like, it doesn't matter if he releases like the best album of all time in the future. Like, these 2 tracks will remain on that list. So I kind of wanted to just pair them together to kind of save some time for the video. So yeah, obviously, you know, the motto with Lil Wayne, it's just super iconic. I mean, the nostalgia from my childhood from these songs are just, it's just so evident, man. Obviously, Headlines is great too. As we get into number 13, which is Paris Morton Music. Now, I think he dropped this on like the Care package. Paris Morton Music was one of his like older tracks, and a second version of it was made at the back end of Pound Cake, which we will actually be talking about coming up. That is definitely on my list for sure. But Paris Morton Music, his vocals are just amazing. Like, they just steal the show, you know, on this one. I just had to put it up here, and it's just amazing. So yeah, Paris Morton Music for sure, just definitely a top 15 to 20 Drake song. I don't know if everyone will agree with that, but it's just really good. At number 12 is another one from Take Care, and this is one of the more underrated tracks because this actually came out as a bonus song. And who would have ever thought that a bonus song would be this high on any artist's list? It's just Drake being Drake, you know, the consistency throughout the 2010s for this guy. I mean, that's why he was named up there with Kendrick and J. Cole and Travis Scott and guys like that, because he took over. I mean, his music never faltered. I mean, Hate Sleeping Alone we have up here. Just a really good song, and a song I haven't really discovered until pretty recently, like a couple years ago. Some of these songs that are on this list are, again, songs that I wasn't super aware of, and we're going to get into a couple of those. And some of these I have been aware of, but I haven't really given the props to. But yeah, Hate Sleeping Alone, for sure, at number 12. At number 11, from If You're Reading This Is Too Late, again, just a track that if you don't have this on your list, I don't know what you're doing. We have Know Yourself, one of the most iconic rap songs of the entire decade, like legit. Like, that's not even a joke, you know. Like, people know this song everywhere. It's so iconic. Just the way he structured songs at this time, it was just a different level of artistry. Again, this was another one of his breakthrough albums, you know, just bursting onto the trap, like the hardcore rap scenes. It's just, with music like this, you know, gaining the fans of guys like fan bases like Travis Scott, you know. Obviously he came before all rappers like that and like the new gen, but to kind of gravitate those people towards his music a little more, he did a good job with an album like that. So yeah, Know Yourself was a huge part of it, so it has to be on this list. 10 and 9, again, I'm going to name together because they are from the same album. We have Hell Yeah Fucking Right with Lil Wayne and Look What You've Done. Again, two extremely iconic tracks from Take Care. I'm telling you right now, there is still another Take Care song on here. Like, you guys do not understand how much I idolize this album. Hell Yeah Fucking Right is just a vibe. You know, they play it in clubs all the damn time still, and it's been 10 plus years, damn near 11 at this point. Like, yeah, Hell Yeah Fucking Right will forever hold a place in the hearts of all music fans. So 9, Look At What You've Done, super introspective. He opened his It's All a Blur tour with this song, and I feel like it's so perfect, you know, it's so introspective. Again, I use that word a lot. I know there's synonyms for that, but yeah, it's a really good song. You don't really even have to listen to the lyrics on it. It's just the setting and the atmosphere a song like this creates is just unforgettable. So, yeah. At number 8 is a track from... Sorry, I wasn't thinking. A track from Nothing Was the Same. We have Pound Cake / Paris Morton music too. This obviously has Jay-Z, and these two have collabed in the past, and obviously some of those collabs haven't been the best. I really like the one on Certified Lover Boy, but I think the one on Scorpion wasn't great. So, like, it's cool to actually look back on this and know that they have a gem together with Pound Cake, one of the, like, craziest beat drops probably of all time. Like, the way the beat came in, the way the sample started this song, it's just a work of art, and you can tell that Jay-Z definitely had a hand in making this song with Drake, of course, as the feature. But Pound Cake is just unforgettable. Like, these are all-time great rap songs. These are all-time great just songs to me, period. And you can't say I'm just a rap fan. Like, I've listened to plenty other stuff, you know, I've dived into rock. I grew up listening to country with my family, you know, I listen to pop music. Like, my childhood definitely reflects that. Like, I listened to the popular radios in my car with my mom, like, every day of the fucking week. But, yeah, I'm not just a rap fan. And for me to say Pound Cake is probably one of the best songs I've ever heard is really, really saying something. So yeah, Pound Cake, I can't give it enough credit. At number 7 is easily the best track from If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. It is Star 67. There are a couple songs like Six Man, Six God, No Tellin'. There's a couple others like Madonna, stuff like that. Company with Travis Scott that I was thinking of putting on the list. And you guys are obviously going to hate me for not putting Company on here because that track is kind of formed a cult following over the years. But Star 67, like, you can't really, like, it's universally held by Drake fans as the best track on this album, and it should be in everyone's top 10 Drake songs. I mean, this is just a classic, a brand new Beretta. I mean, it's just amazing. You know, the way he starts, again, you can always tell by how good at Drake songs by how it starts and how it ends. It leaves a lasting impact. It's super memorable. So yeah, shout out, dude. Shout out to Star 67. What a good song, man. At number 6 is another track from Nothing Was the Same, and probably Drake's best intro in his entire discography. We have Tuscan Leather. Yeah, it's 6 minutes. Yeah, I can wane a little bit, but the beat is fucking awesome. I don't know how Drake even comes up with these beats. Like, this is insane. This is prime Drake, like from 2012 to like 2016. Like, are you kidding me? This is the golden era for Drake. Of course I'm gonna have a lot of songs in there from that, you know. Tuscan Leather, oh my, like, what more can I say? Yeah, he took 6 minutes on the intro. Is this motherfucker still on the intro? It's like, yes, he is still on the intro, because this is a moment on this album and a moment in Drake's career that we'll never forget. Like, it's such a good song, man. I'm telling you, Tuscan Leather, great stuff. At number 5 is the best track from Sooner or Later. I think that's what the album is called. I don't know why I'm like acting like such a casual on this. Sooner or Later is the name of that album, right? Yeah. Or Sooner Than Later, sorry if I've been mincing words there. At number 5, we have Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. I mean, such a good song. I don't think people appreciate this song as much as they should, but it's so good. I mean, the vocals, the melodies, the beat, just talking about like a stripper. You know, he talks about strippers a lot in his music, and this is for sure the best case of him doing that, because he creates a personal connection there, and, you know, some understanding, some sympathy. He's a feminist, man. You see him in the picture I showed with all the tracks listed, him surrounded by girls. I don't know if that's still in the video right now, but songs like this just get girls to respect him. He gets all the validation he can get out of the female community. So yeah, really good song with that. At number 4, we have the best song on Views. We have You With Me. I mean, the DMX sample, oh my god, absolutely spectacular. Like, what a perfect way to, like, what a perfect, like, it's just this a timing thing for Drake, and he executes things so well, and this is another one of those examples. You With Me is fantastic. The beat is awesome, super catchy, you know, a lot of interpolations, you know, paying homage to the past and like his ancestors in hip-hop and all this stuff, and it's really dope. So You With Me, just another one of those ones, just another one of those gems for Drake. At number 3, I mean, this is surprising. I don't think a lot of people have this as like their best song on Take Care, but I have Cameras, Good Ones Go interlude, and I was actually really happy to see this on the set list for that concert, because this is obviously one of my favorite Drake songs, as you can see on the list. But yeah, number 3, Cameras, Good Ones Go interlude. I don't really like Good Ones Go as much as I like Cameras. Just a really good song. I don't know. What more is there to say? And I did kind of notice that this list is lacking a lot of loosies. Like, I think, what was it, Right Hand, and then he had like Charged Up, and then he had all sorts of songs like The Motion with Sampha. Tracks like that could have made it, but I don't know, man. This is just my solidified top 50 list. This probably isn't going to change anytime soon unless he drops something over the next couple of years that just captivates me. And I really like Scary Hours 3 as well, but none of those songs made it, so yeah, this is how I'm feeling right now. At number 2, like, from a lyrical standpoint, I think this is Drake's best song. It is his best timestamp, and honestly, like, the Charlotte song that he dropped on For All the Dogs is up there with these songs. I just didn't want to include it on the list because I feel like it's kind of foolish to put timestamps, a lot of timestamps, on this list when they're literally all like kind of have the same sentiments. He's rapping about the same things, but something about 5 a.m. in Toronto here in number 2, it's just, you feel the pride, you feel the passion in Drake on this fucking song. I mean, just the lyrics, I don't know, like the way his cadence, his flows, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just incredible. You get a different type of energy. This is one of those tracks that like genuinely gives me the chills from Drake, because it's like, holy shit, who possessed this man in the studio to make a track like this? Like, this is incredible. I think it was included on like the care package stuff. It was obviously one of his old like freestyle timestamp things that he did, but 5 a.m. in Toronto, no doubt, is one of his best songs, and you could debate it's his best song. If you want to say this is his best song over the song I'm about to mention, I'm perfectly fine with that. My goodness, what a song. I mean, just, I can name so many bars on here. We're not going to do that, obviously, we could save some time, but yeah, 5 a.m. in Toronto is just something special. And that leaves us with number 1 from Nothing Was the Same. I think a lot of people would agree that this is his best song. Furthest Thing from Nothing Was the Same. This is easily his best song. I don't know. There's something about it, the switch ups. It just includes everything essential that you need out of a Drake song. It's just the epitome of a Drake song. Like, I don't even know how to explain this. It's just the build up into the chorus, the melodies. It's just so nice to hear. It's so good on the ears. Shout out to Drake again. I said that probably 100 times in this video, but he's very deserving. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Yeah, man. Great artist in Drake. Again, an artist that I kind of lacked a little more respect for over the years, but now that I've actually familiarized myself with a lot of his work, a lot of his albums, I've gone through most of his albums, listened to them all the way through, and these are, I can affirmatively say, these are my top 50 favorite Drake songs. If you have any discretions, if you have any grudges, gripes, whatever you call them with this list, let me know in the comments. Any true Drake fans out there, we can have a discussion. I mean, that's what the platform is for. And yeah, again, Tuesday, January, I believe 13th, we are going to be going to Enterprise Center in St. Louis. So if you're going and you somehow recognize me, that'd be kind of cool. It's probably not going to happen because I don't have that many subscribers, but yeah, I'm going to be recording his full performance, maybe a little bit of a vlog style type of thing, and I'm going to post on the channel. Again, I don't know how edited this video is going to be, but I'm going to get it out for you guys tomorrow. Or tomorrow as in Friday, January 9th, because Kanye decided to not drop his album on time. So here we are. This is what you're left with, and it's not like it's a bad thing. I kind of planned on dropping this video for a while, but yeah, I'm out, guys. Have a good rest of your day, night, whatever. Peace.